Here's the result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He gets a C+. plus. This guy is rather so-so. Not too good, not too bad. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He might talk a big game, but he's not just full of hot air. When he sets his mind to something, he's willing to work hard for it. His stubbornness and energy can push him pretty far, especially when the goal excites him. He's more likely to chase after what catches his eye than steadily build his way up.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he tends to react strongly and might have angry outbursts or blame others. It's easy for him to get frustrated or overwhelmed, and he might withdraw or sulk instead of calmly finding a solution. He doesn't break permanently. After a flare up, he can pull himself together and try again, but the process is rough and not gentle for those around him.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He's more likely to clash with people than to win everyone's hearts at work. His blunt way of speaking and short temper make it easy for others to get upset with him, especially when stress is high. Even though he works hard and sometimes shows kindness, his rough edges often make people keep their distance.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your career, he will have mixed feelings. On one hand, he might feel proud and show his support, especially when he sees how hard you've worked. This isn't because he doesn't care, but because he struggles with comparing himself to others.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, there's a good chance he will feel insecure or resentful if you earn more than him. Even if he doesn't say it out loud at first, you might notice him becoming distant, picking fights, or making hurtful remarks when the topic comes up. He cares for you, but his pride can get the better of him in this kind of situation.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's not the careful, thoughtful type when it comes to money. He tends to spend on things he finds beautiful or exciting, often without much planning. Saving or sticking to a budget isn't his strong point, and small details about bills or expenses might slip through the cracks.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He's likely to live beyond his means and sometimes pretend to be doing better than he really is. He enjoys treating himself and others to nice things, even if it means stretching his finances. This can make him look successful from the outside, but behind the scenes, he might be struggling with bills or debt.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He's open handed and generous both with his money and his emotions, especially to people he cares about or those who are struggling. You'll notice him helping out, buying gifts, or trying to lift someone's mood when they're down. He's not stingy at all. If anything, he's a bit too willing to spend or give away.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's not very open or careful when it comes to talking about money. Instead of being honest and clear, he might dodge questions or hide details if things are messy or not going well. You'll need to start gentle but direct talks about money early on because he might avoid it unless you bring it up first.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He doesn't believe all the housework is only your job, but he's also not the most reliable when it comes to doing chores regularly. You may notice he jumps in to help if you ask or if he can see you're really tired, but he won't stick to a routine or keep things very tidy on his own. Sometimes he'll help in big bursts or try to make chores fun or creative, but daily cleaning and organizing are not his strong point.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He will pitch in with chores and even diapers when needed, especially if he sees you are tired or overwhelmed. However, he's not the type to quietly handle things in the background or remember all the tasks without reminders. You might find yourself asking him more than once or guiding him on what needs to be done.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
Most of the time, he argues to prove he's right, especially when emotions are high. He has a strong need to defend himself and can get loud or stubborn in disagreements, but in the middle of an argument, expect more fighting than understanding.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he can lose control and say hurtful things or act aggressive. He may raise his voice, throw sharp words, or even slam doors rather than staying calm and respectful. In these moments, he isn't thinking about your feelings, he's just reacting with whatever emotion comes up.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. His temper can flare up over small things, and he might lash out with words or actions before thinking it through. This isn't just a small quirk, it's something serious you shouldn't ignore.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it hard to say sorry and often blames others, including you, when things go wrong. When he's upset, he's quick to point fingers instead of owning up to his mistakes. Even if deep down he knows he's wrong, his pride and stubbornness make it tough for him to admit it openly.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may struggle to fully respect your boundaries, especially if he's frustrated or doesn't get his way. His quick temper and pushy nature can make it hard for him to accept no without reacting. He might argue, try to convince you, or push past your comfort zone instead of backing off right away. This is something you shouldn't ignore.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding that you may just need space or rest, he may feel rejected or hurt, and his mood can shift quickly. This reaction isn't fair to you, and over time, it can add stress or pressure to your relationship.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
With him, you need to be cautious. When he's calm and things are going well, he can keep your private moments safe. He doesn't always think before he speaks in the heat of the moment, and this can lead to regret later.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He can be caring and committed, but he is also easily distracted by excitement and what's new, including attention from other women. If he feels bored, unappreciated, or if there are problems between you two, he might be tempted to look elsewhere for excitement or validation. You deserve someone who makes you feel secure.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is likely to show signs of being overpossessive, acting jealous, or even controlling at times. If you talk to other men, go out without him, or get attention he isn't part of. He might question you, get upset, or give you the cold shoulder. That isn't love, it's about control.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what looks like protective behavior can often be a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's looking out for you or keeping you safe, but deep down it comes from his own insecurity and need to be in charge. Remember, real protection makes you feel safe, not trapped or less than.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He might say he sees parenting as something you do together, but in reality, he will often expect you to handle most of the work. He may step in when it's important or when you clearly ask for help, but he doesn't naturally keep track of all the daily needs and routines that come with raising children. Teamwork with him will need regular, honest conversations and clear boundaries.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is more likely to lose his temper than stay calm. Small mistakes or emotional outbursts might quickly set him off, leading to raised voices, harsh words, or angry reactions. Afterward, he may try to make things right, but those outbursts can be scary or upsetting for children.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He may care about you deeply, but he often struggles to fully support your role as both a mother and your own person. While he might appreciate what you do for the family, his pride and insecurities can make it hard for him to cheer you on when you pursue your interests, career, or spend time for yourself. Instead of truly celebrating your growth, he might see it as competition for his attention or importance.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might support your career at first, but later expect you to give it up once you have a child. Right now, he may act proud or encouraging, but deep down, his need for control and old fashioned views can come out strongly when family life gets busier. You could find yourself questioning whether his support was real or just for show.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to act polite on the surface with your parents rather than showing real warmth. He can manage basic manners when needed, but building genuine closeness or regularly reaching out to your family is not his natural way. True affection and deep respect don't come easily to him unless he feels a strong connection. He's more likely to expect your family to adjust to him rather than making the effort to fit in with them.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse than handle it calmly. His quick temper and impatience mean he might react with harsh words, complaints, or even dramatic gestures rather than taking a step back to cool off. If you want harmony, you'll need to prepare for bumpy moments and be the one who brings balance to the situation.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who may act modern and understanding with you in private, but expect you to play the role of a traditional supportive wife, daughter in law in front of his relatives. Behind closed doors, he might be relaxed about your choices, but when family or relatives visit, he may suddenly want you to follow customs, dress a certain way, or act extra respectful and obedient just to keep up appearances. This double standard can leave you feeling confused or pressured to live two lives, one for his approval and another for show.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
When there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or quietly side with his family rather than firmly supporting you. He doesn't like conflict involving relatives and may choose to avoid taking a stand, hoping the situation will settle itself. You may end up handling things yourself or feeling like your needs come second.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He does have a strong risk of being a mummy's boy. In a conflict with his mother, he will likely struggle to take your side, even if he cares about your feelings. His loyalty and concern for his mother's approval often come first. Don't ignore this. Marriage is easier when your partner can support you, even if it means a tough talk with his family.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he's the kind of man who is likely to share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister, especially when he's upset or looking for support. This means your private moments may not stay just between the two of you, and things you thought were personal could quickly become family gossip. This habit can hurt trust and make you feel exposed or alone in the relationship.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all of this analysis, this guy gets a C plus. This guy is so, not too good, not too bad, a bit mediocre. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out is like living on a roller coaster. Some days will be full of passionate energy, strong opinions, and big gestures of love. But other days may bring sudden outbursts, sharp words, and hurtful arguments.